Hey everyone, it's Caslo, and welcome back to my channel. It's time for the next segment of my RPG Club playthrough of Trails in the Sky First Chapter. But what is the RPG Club? I've been an avid listener of the podcast The RPG Years, and its predecessor podcasts The RPG Golden Years and The RPG After Years. The podcast focuses on RPG reviews and news. They regularly do a community event known as the RPG Club. Imagine a book club, but for RPGs. They break up a community-chosen RPG into digestible chunks, usually about 5 hours, and discuss those segments every 2 weeks like a book club. If you want to check out the RPG Years, you can find a link in the description below. This segment opens aboard the Lindy, where Olivier stands on the deck as he and Charizard return to Roland. His behavior betrays far more than a persona of a wandering bard, however. He reveals through a covert communication device that he is an Erebonian operative, searching for Cassius Bright. Before he can say more, Charizard confronts him, having suspected his duplicity from the beginning. The story shifts back to Estelle and Joshua, who follow Cher's advice and decide to travel the continent on foot during their time as junior bracers, instead of relying on airships. Their first destination is Rouen, which takes them through the rugged Crone Pass. By nightfall, they reach a checkpoint along the pass and secure permission to stay the night. Unfortunately, they must share a room with Avid, who openly questions their competence as bracers. After the trio turns in, a pack of wolves attacks the checkpoint, forcing the guards and our heroes into a late-night battle. The next morning, Agat leaves before dawn. Estelle and Joshua then continue towards Rouen and stop in Minoria village, where a young orphan named Clem steals Estelle's bracer emblem. They track him to the nearby Mercia orphanage, where Estelle confronts him. Chloe Rentz, a student from the Genis Royal Academy, steps in to defend Clem until matron Teresa resolves the misunderstanding. As an apology, Chloe offers to give Estelle and Joshua a guided tour of Rouen. Before the tour begins, they visit the local guild branch and register with the attendant Jean. The group then explores the city together, but trouble finds them in the warehouse district when the Ravens, a local delinquent gang, attempt to harass Estelle and Chloe. Mayor Dalmore and his assistant Gilbert intervene and dismiss the gang. That evening, the group plans to stay in the hotel's penthouse suite, but the unexpected arrival of the Queen's nephew, Duke Dunan, forces them to share a room with Niall, who happens to be following a lead in Rouen. The next morning brings grim news. Someone burned down the Mercia orphanage. Estelle, Joshua, and Chloe investigate the ruins and determine the fire was deliberate. They find matron Teresa and the children unarmed in Minoria, and Mayor Dalmore offers to shelter them at his estate in Gransel. During the discussion, Clem slips away, determined to punish the Ravens after overhearing the mayor accuse them of the crime. Estelle and Joshua chase him down, rescue him from the gang, and defeat the Ravens. Agat arrives to end the confrontation, revealing he once led the Ravens himself. Convinced Estelle and Joshua lack the experience to handle an arson investigation, he takes charge of the case. With their hands temporarily tied, Chloe recruits Estelle and Joshua to help with the upcoming Academy Festival. The duo spends several days rehearsing for the student play, with Joshua cast as the princess and Estelle as one of the lead knights. The performance succeeds beyond expectations, raising a full 1 million mira for the orphanage's reconstruction. But while returning to Minoria, matron Teresa is mugged by the Ravens. Estelle, Joshua, Chloe, and Agat regroup and follow Sieg, Chloe's loyal falcon, to a lighthouse north of the village. Inside, they fight through brainwashed Ravens until they reach the roof, where Gilbert and hired mercenaries await. The confrontation reveals the truth. Mayor Dalmore orchestrated the orphanage arson so he could develop extravagant vacation homes without the presence of orphans lowering property values. The mercenaries flee and Agat pursues them out of the area. The next morning, Estelle, Joshua, and Chloe return to Rouen to confront Dalmore. Chloe briefly separates from the group to send a message through Sieg. Once she rejoins them, they face the mayor together. Niall arrives mid-argument and exposes Dalmore's significant debts to the Calvard Republic. Cornered, Dalmore unleashes his trained guard dogs. After the group defeats them, he activates an artifact that freezes time and nearly kills Joshua. But Estelle's desperate scream triggers the mysterious Black Orbment, disrupting the artifact and freeing them. Dalmore flees towards the harbor, only to be intercepted and arrested by the Royal Guard, who arrive aboard the next-generation airship, the Arsail. When the group returns to the guild, Jean admits he never contacted the Royal Guard. Instead, he called the Intelligence Division. After reviewing the events, he recommends that Estelle and Joshua travel to the industrial city of Zeus to learn more about the Black Orbment. He then awards them their bracer recommendations from the Rouen branch. And that's it for this segment of Trails in the Sky First Chapter. I have one major issue with this segment. Most things in this game are well developed to drop hints as to what the big reveal is going to be. This allows the player to piece things together before the reveal. However, in this section there's literally no hints that the mayor is actually the bad guy up until the reveal at the lighthouse. There's literally no way to see it coming. I remember playing this chapter in the original a few years ago and actually thinking Duke Doonan was going to be the chapter's villain. With that said, I can forgive the issue with the chapter's villain because it's great getting to meet Chloe, another favorite character in the Trails in the Sky series. This chapter also has some great moments, like when Joshua spoon feeds Estelle during their lunch in Minoria. It was also great seeing most of the NPCs we've met attend the festival at the Genis Royal Academy, including Mayor Maybell and Professor Alba. And we also get to see the Duke completely sloshed. There's also 2 side quests in this section I really enjoyed. One was the Phantom Thief B side quest, where you're on a scavenger hunt for a stolen item. It's a simple fun quest that teases a character that appears in a few of the later games. The other side quest has Estelle trying to convince Duke Doonan to return from an outpost back to Rouen, where you get to further see just how much of a jackass the guy is. So that's it for this segment of the RPG Club. If you want to follow along with the club, be sure to hit that subscribe button to see new videos when they're posted. Additionally, if you want to check me out elsewhere, I have links to my Twitch, Twitter, and Discord in the description below. See you all next time!